Hello everyone, how's your day going? Welcome to my channel, a place where I practice speaking English and Japanese. Today's topic is Mid-Autumn Festival and the special barbecue culture in Taiwan. In case you don't know what the Mid-Autumn Festival is, let me briefly introduce it first. The Mid-Autumn Festival is on the 5th day of the 8th month in the lunar calendar every year. On this day, people who celebrate it usually gather with their families, eat mooncakes, and enjoy the beauty of the full moon. Why did I choose this topic today? Well, there are two reasons. The first one is that next Monday is the Mid-Autumn Festival. And the second is that I have been taking an English conversation class recently. In our previous class, we discussed a little bit about the Mid-Autumn Festival and the barbecue culture in Taiwan. When I was discussing it with my tutor, he asked me a very simple question. Why do we celebrate the Mid-Autumn Festival? Even though it's such a simple question, I was completely frozen. I do know some stories about the festival, but none of them are actually its origin. So in the end, I told my tutor a famous story about the origin of mooncakes. To put it simply, during the Yuan dynasty in China, people were oppressed by the government, and some of them decided to stand up against it. They secretly hid messages inside mooncakes to contact each other and organize a rebellion. So I told my tutor that this was the origin of the Mid-Autumn Festival, and that we celebrated it because of that. But immediately after I said it, I realized that it wasn't true. Because long before the Yuan dynasty, people had already been celebrating the Mid-Autumn Festival. So that story couldn't be the real origin. It was kind of embarrassing because even though I've been celebrating it my whole life, only at that moment did I realize that I actually didn't know why we celebrated it. After class, I did a little research and found a theory that seems reasonable to me. It says that the Mid-Autumn Festival is actually a kind of harvest festival. People celebrated it because whether the harvest was good or not was very important to them. Since ancient China was an agricultural society, this explanation makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, so how do we celebrate it? Traditionally, people gather with their families and eat mooncakes, a traditional Chinese dessert. But in Taiwan, we also have a very special culture. During the Mid-Autumn Festival, many families or groups of friends hold barbecue parties. That's quite unique because as far as I know, no other country that celebrates the Mid-Autumn Festival has this tradition. So why do Taiwanese people barbecue during the Mid-Autumn Festival? Well, there are a few theories, but the most popular one is that in late 90s, a barbecue sauce manufacturer launched a TV commercial with a very catchy slogan. It basically said, when one family barbecue with this sauce during the Mid-Autumn Festival, everyone in the neighborhood will smell it too. People say that this commercial actually created the trend of barbecue during the Mid-Autumn Festival in Taiwan. So if you come to Taiwan during this festival and see many people barbecue on the street, don't be surprised. That's just part of our unique way of celebrating it. Okay, that's all I have to share in this video. As usual, I will upload a refined version soon. Hopefully it will sound more fluent. See you next time. Bye bye.